Hi students, today we are going to discuss about force on a current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field. First, let us recall the force experienced by the charges in the magnetic field. Here I am going to draw the representation of the magnetic field. Here I have drawn the crosses that gives you the direction of the magnetic field. Here that crosses represent the magnetic field lines enter into the board. Remember, into mark represents magnetic field acts into the board. The magnetic field acts inwards. In this magnetic field, a charge is going to move with the velocity in this direction. So I am going to consider the positively charged particle which is moving with the velocity v. Now this moving charge in the magnetic field will experience a force which is known as magnetic force. It is also called as Lorentz force. So the moving charges in the magnetic field will experience the force called Lorentz force. So the expression for the Lorentz force is F vector, it is equal to charge q into velocity of the charge v vector cross magnetic field, so b vector. So it is the expression for the force which is given on the moving charge with the velocity v in the magnetic field. Now instead of a single charge, we are going to place the current carrying conductor in the magnetic field. So instead of that positive charge, so I am going to place the current carrying conductor. Imagine it is a current carrying conductor. So I am going to pass the current in this direction. So right to left. What about the direction of the electrons? We know that the direction of electrons will be opposite to the current. So they are acting in this direction, left to right side. Now this current carrying conductor is going to place in a uniform magnetic field. Now what will happen to the electrons? Each electrons will experience this magnetic force. In order to find the total magnetic force given on the current carrying conductor, we have to find the force experienced by each electrons and we have to add all the forces, then we can find the total force experienced by this current carrying conductor. In order to understand this topic, let us take this example. I need the total marks in physics in the class 12th AB. How can I find that value? I need the marks scored by each student. So the individual marks want to be added, then that will gives you the total marks in physics in the 12th AB. Same thing can be followed here also. If you want to find the force experienced by this current carrying conductor, means you have to find the force experienced by each electrons, that each forces can be added to find the total force acting on the current carrying conductor. Here I have drawn the crosses that represent the direction of the magnetic field. As I told, the magnetic field acts into the board, acts inwards like this. Here I am going to place the small segment of the conductor which has the length small l. Here in this conductor I am going to pass the current in this direction. For our understanding, current is passes from right side to left side. We know that already what is the direction of the electrons, that is opposite to the current. So the electrons are moving with the velocity, that is drift velocity, which we have learned in a second chapter. Here can we relate the current I and the drift velocity? Yes, we can. So here it is a expression which gives the relation between current I and drift velocity Vd. I that is equal to NAE Vd, which you will learn in a second chapter. It can be considered as equation 1. So in this current carrying conductor, we are going to consider a single electron. Since it is moving with the drift velocity, it is going to experience a force. That is F vector equal to minus E Vd cross B. It is the force experienced by the single electron in the current carrying conductor. Here minus E is the charge of a single electron. Now this force experienced by the single electron can be multiplied with number of electrons in the conductor. Then you can find the total force experienced by the current carrying conductor in the magnetic field. In order to find the total electrons in a conductor, I am going to consider the small segment which has the area A, which is similar to the area of the conductor. But the length of the conductor is small l. Here the small segment has the length dl. Now we are going to find the number of electrons in that small segment. For that we need the number density of the electron. Here small n is the number of free electrons present in unit volume. To find the number of electrons in a particular volume, we have to rearrange this expression. So n that is equal to number density small n into volume V. This expression will help you to find the number of electrons in a particular volume. Here I am going to find the number of electrons in the small segment only. So instead of V, I have to substitute the volume of that small segment. Then you can find the total number of electrons in that particular segment. So what is the formula for volume? That is area into height or length. Here you can write area into length itself. Here what is the area? A into what is the length of that small segment? That is nothing but a dl. So here instead of volume you can substitute that value n, capital N, that is equal to small n into ADL. It gives you the number of electrons in the small segment. Here we can find the total force experienced by the electrons in the small segment, which is given by the letter dF, can be calculated by multiplying the force experienced by the single electron and number of electrons in the small segment. Here the two values can be multiplied and we can obtain minus E N A D L within a bracket V D vector cross B vector. Now we can compare this expression with the first equation. Four quantities are common: N A, E, drift velocity Vd are common in both the expression. So instead of that four quantities E, N, A, Vd, we can write the single quantity, that is current I, from the first equation. So it can be rewritten as ideal cross B. This is a new expression for the force experienced by the number of electrons in the small segment, equal to product of ideal vector cross B vector. We need the total force experienced by this current carrying conductor. For that we need the total force experienced by all the electrons in a conductor. For that, instead of the length dl, which is the length of the small segment, we have to substitute the total length of the conductor, that is small l. That is nothing but a total force experienced by all the electrons in the length L, that is equal to total force experienced by that conductor. It is the expression for the total magnetic force given on the current carrying conductor in the magnetic field. Here, instead of that dl, I have substituted the length of the conductor, that is L. Now we can find the magnitude of the force, that is equal to magnitude of B vector, that is B, magnitude of the current element IL. Since it is in a product, we can change the order, no problem. We can write sin theta. Since it is a vector product, we have to use the sin theta. Here there are two cases to find the condition for the maximum magnetic force and minimum magnetic force. In the first case, I am going to place the conductor in the direction of the magnetic field. So now I am going to place the current carrying conductor in the same direction of the magnetic field. I have told already the magnetic field acts inwards. So the conductor also placed in the same direction like this. So what is the angle between the magnetic field and the current carrying conductor? That angle is equal to 0. So in this case, theta, that is equal to 0. So that value can be substituted there. What is the sin 0 value? That is equal to 0. So the total force experienced by the conductor in this case equal to 0. The current carrying conductor experiences no force when it is placed along the direction of the magnetic field. Let us take the second case. In this case, current carrying conductor is placed perpendicular to the magnetic field. We have told already magnetic field acts inwards. Like this, I am going to place the current carrying conductor. So what will be the angle? It is 90 degree. So that 90 degree can be substituted here. Sin 90 value is nothing but a 1. So the second case, theta, that is equal to 90 degree. Then what about the value of the force? That is equal to maximum value, remaining value BIL. When a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, the direction of force experienced by it is given by the Fleming's left hand rule. Stretch out forefinger, the middle finger and the thumb of the left hand such that they are mutually perpendicular to each other. Here the forefinger points in the direction of magnetic field, middle finger in the direction of the electric current, and then thumb will point in the direction of the force experienced by the conductor. Now we are going to use this Fleming's left hand rule to find the direction of the force experienced on this electron. Here current is acting from right side to left side. Middle finger want to show the direction of the current. So you have to keep your fingers like this. Here the middle finger shows right to left. That is the direction of the current. Here the forefinger want to show the direction of the magnetic field. That is inwards. So what is a thumb? Thumb points downwards. So that is only the direction of the force. So here that electron is going to experience the downward force. Since the magnetic force experienced by the electron is downwards, the same direction only the current carrying conductor also going to experience the force.